The first year, no, in the first year. The first year.
I feel like
yeah.
every couple said that. Like,
there's some
argue.
couples-
No, we probably had disagreements, but we never like.
Okay, we never like went down each other's like throats like what happened when we moved in together, but we argued. Yeah. I disagree with a lot of stuff.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
We didn't really have
we didn't have disagreements or arguments at all. The first year was amazing.
Wow.
Second, third, we started going through all this stuff.
But
By
she
the
started
fourth,
it.
we
That
started figuring it out.
situation started it for me. Cause like when I told you, I was like, I've always been a I've even like cheating. Like I was big on like cheating. Like even when I was a kid.
You're big on cheating.
Okay, big on not cheating. Okay.
The subject was big on not cheating.
Right.
That's what he meant.
Thank you. See, look, thank you very much. I appreciate
I'm
it.
like, what?
He gets me.
This
Like,
is
yeah,
me.
brother.
So yeah, like I was big on like not cheating, like especially because like most of my family, they're heavily religious. So I was taught like when you're in it, you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
So like as a kid, I was like dating girls, and then like I would be in the mall with my friends, and then like see a girl that I found attractive and be like, no, don't look at her like that because you got a girl. Like I would be having these conversations in my head. It's cute now, but like it led to a lot of heartbreak because when you that young, it's like ain't nobody ready
I
for
can
that.
feel your energy that you're just like a very good, sweet person. Like
Thank you.
that's
I'm trash now. Don't let it fool you. No, I'm really trash. But like no, honestly, like so I did come to her with that energy. You know what I mean? So like when she went over her friend's house, it probably was strictly platonic. It's been situations where like I was like, you don't see how that's wrong. She's like, honestly, I didn't really like And I'm
I called my dad. I was like, do you think it's wrong? He's like, Victoria, what do you think? I was like, I don't think it's wrong.
It is
then
like,
he gave me this whole
he's
talk.
like, bro,
He's like,
you're
you
tripping, bro.
should have did this, and y'all could have drank, and things could happen. I'm like, but we didn't. We watched Martin, so everything's
Her
cool,
dad was
right?
straight up.
But no.
But
Her dad
I'm
was straight
gonna
over
say I can identify with you in this situation because I had lots of guy friends and stuff when I met him.
Right.
And
I wasn't tripping at first.
Yeah.
I was cool.
And because first of all, like in my mind would be that okay, like I met these people before I met you, and like I grew up with these like guys, and so if I go hang out with them, like I feel like I'm in control of the situation, like nothing's going to happen. Like these are like literally my homies that have always been my brothers growing up, and so I know it took me like some time to actually get around to the idea that it's not that he doesn't trust me in the situations. The fact that like he just didn't trust them and like knowing what's going on. But it was hard for me because it just felt like I was not being like he felt like I don't know how to say this.
I can't trust you.
Yes, as if like he feels like I'm being dishonest about it or I'm not in control of what happens in my environment, and I'm very much a person that. I feel like I'm like strong and like I'm in control of everything, which I am. But there are situations where things can happen.
Yeah.
And so that's what I say. Like, so I can like get like where your mind was as far as just like, I mean, it's just fine. I'm just going over to your house, and then even still now, this day, I'm just like, okay. I mean, these are like my friends that are guys or whatever, but it's because I respect you.
And I think the problem that people run into with that is because we can I feel like we can put a guy in a friend zone, but I feel like guys only put us in friend zones because we put them there. But if we were to take them out of the friend zone, they would have no problem meeting us halfway.
Yeah.
They would love for us to take them out, but we put them there because like, no, they're my friend.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to be more than your friend, but I'll stay here as long as I can. I feel like that's what.
And I'll also say this. I kind of wish we had this conversation before, so I'll try to keep this as clean as possible. But I also feel like most guys, most of like and we're not talking about guys in a relationship. We're talking about a single man, right? Most guys would like have an entanglement with their friends, right? Their women friends, right? So, but he also wouldn't be with a lot of them either, even though he would still have an entanglement with them as well. So, just like how you mentally put a guy in a friend zone, like a guy could also still put you in a friend zone, but still be non-platonically involved with you. So
like friends with benefits.
Right, friends with benefits. So like even on that standpoint, it's just like, well, it made me uncomfortable because also like I'm as a guy, like I'm a protector. So, at the end of the day, like you're going with this guy, and then like I'm not saying all guys are trash because most guys are gentlemen, to be honest. But like you're going along with this guy, like who knows what's gonna happen, and then I have to just take your word on that. And it's like even when, it was for me when I started liking her, I started getting rid of a lot of my like female counterpart friends that I would hang out on a late night with or hang out with, even before I started like I would say going after her, like I started getting rid of them because I was like, well, Like, if it's about you, if it's not business or not school related, then like, I mean, we're just like laying around enjoying each other's company, like, you know what I mean? So so like that was where I was coming from when I was upset. But I think, and then honestly, my feelings were hurt, and I was just like, well, I'm doing all of this work to try to like elevate our relationship. You know, you're telling me what you want. You want, you know, a real relationship. So I'm doing the work on my end of getting rid of like certain friends that I don't need to be having around. And then, like, for that to happen, that's when I was just like, well, I'm gonna just bring my friends back around. And then it was like, but the same people that I said that I was getting rid of were calling my phone and they were already used to texting my phone at wee hours of the night and saying, hey, you want to hang out? Want to come over? And obviously, that's not good for a relationship. You know what I mean? So, I will say, you know, with the friends that were women, like I haven't I say this probably, like I haven't cheated on her with any of my women friends. So like, you know, I feel confident in that regard.
Like a conversation hoe. That's what I would call it back then.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
good. Like, and it feels good because I wasn't the one who said the first swear word. It is okay to cuss here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just,
Yes.
you know, I just want to be respectful. Yeah.
But thank you.
For sure. Absolutely.
It took me a while because I was over here SF.
Right.
Well, I had to
she was like,
censor
babe,
him. I said,
babe.
okay.
Okay.
If
say
we
that.
ever want to work with Target, like,
And see, that's,
can't be cursing all the time.
exactly.
And that's what I
yeah.
told him, because when I said, that's why, like, with him, keep the filter on, because if not, it's every word. I'm like,
No, not really. It's levels to it.
the last
levels to
podcast I
it.
had to edit, it was like, I was like, oh my
Yeah, my mouth is trash. I'm
Yeah,
I
trash.
be
I gotta
telling
trash.
Warren,
I'm
bleep
trash.
him out.
I'm gonna have to say my part and then mute him and just put, this is what he was trying to say.
Yeah. And
Facts.
And
No,
see, like, our podcast, like, I feel more comfortable because I'm, like, you know, especially because we're new, too. So, you know, it was easy for me to just be like, once she had that conversation with me, I have learned to dial it back, even on our show. But, like, if I go on someone else's show, I won't cuss until they cuss. Or, like, even, like, meeting you guys, when we were out, when we met at Greenlit, like, everybody there, I didn't really curse until I heard somebody else curse. Even when I was, like, on a few sets, like, I was, like, because at the end of the day, it's professionalism.
Yes.
And then if it's somebody else's domain, you, like, it's like me coming into your house with, like, muddy shoes on. But you don't even like people to have their shoes on, but I'm just running around here with boots on, like, what's up, y'all? So, I'm just trying to be,
I
know,
get you. I
yeah.
appreciate it. Yeah.
No, but
so.
I want to say, to sum up the entire thing that we had just talked about, I will say, when you first meet somebody, because I didn't get to really chime in.
Right, yeah.
When you
My
first
bad,
meet
bro.
somebody, you still have people kind of behind you coming into a new relationship. So there is going to be like exit strategies, exit plans, things that you have to like, either they come up, because remember there was that one time from episodes ago where a girl from my past texted me, but it was somebody I haven't talked to in like almost a year. And you looked at my phone, but I grabbed my phone, so it looked like it was suspicious, but I was scared because I'm
Yeah.
like, this is somebody,
Don't never
there
happen.
was some stuff going on, you know.
Yeah, the devil comes
so,
to steal.
I know, so it was
Like,
like,
do I gotta throw my window out the phone? Or not?
yeah, right. I was terrified. And she was like, do you got anything going on before we continue? I was like, nah, bro, I swear to you, I have not seen this part. Like, I threw her, I gave her my phone, like, look at my Instagram. I show her the person's Instagram. She's like, oh, okay, you don't even follow them. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I don't communicate with this person. They just probably thought like, well, because we were still hiding each other at the time. So they probably were like,
Okay,
oh,
not
yeah.
hiding. We just didn't.
Yeah, we just didn't
we
announce
didn't announce we
to
were
the
dating
world.
until we were together for a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to say,
yeah,
we
you
gotta
still-
elaborate on that.
Yeah, like, it's like
No, so you still have
Right.
so you still have like exit strategies and exit plans of people that are in your past that you still try to like get rid of, but sometimes you kind of just forget and it just happens. So
Yeah.
I don't never get too upset, too mad about that. I chalk that up to the game. It's like that's just something that just happens naturally over time. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. No, gotcha. Thanks for wrapping that up, babe.
appreciate
so
that.
Good. Yes.
They're gonna talk about
Yeah,
that.
I don't just
Okay,
stand.
they're gonna talk about
I don't just stand here and look pretty, guys.
Don't worry, this is the last you ever heard.
I talk.
Yes,
Oh no, bro,
but-
I'm worse than you. You like honestly, you did amazing. Like we get along, bro.
See,
Yeah, that's what's
Look
up,
at
man.
that.
See, I'm making
Right,
friends.
okay,
Yeah, right.
But we will text so you guys can hang out so y'all don't think it's weird.
Right, for sure, right.
So we're gonna
be
sit
sitting
Ethan
at the
and
bar.
Greg.
You watched the game the other day?
Right.
Yeah.
That's
You don't even know he likes
Look, just
sports.
add it to
Shut
our
up.
calendar.
Crazy part is, it's funny you said it because I really don't watch sports.
I
So that's
know.
like,
He thinks everybody does.
Yeah.
Did you watch the
Thank
game of
you.
the
Our
day?
producer
Right.
Warren's
No.
like,
Nope.
yeah, not him either.
yeah, I watch like a championship or like a
You
like
did watch-
the
yeah.
Super Bowl or something. Like I'll watch
Okay.
the big games or if it's a league. I did watch the championship, but like I don't know. I
need
Yeah.
you to teach him about drones, engineering stuff. Teach him about that,
For
like
sure.
you know. So that's what y'all's play date will be.
All right, for sure.
We just gonna add it to your app.
But
You got
you-
iPhone? We're gonna put it in Apple Calendar.
But you know me, so when I walk in the house, I'm like, oh, how was your day? It was fun. What y'all do?
It was-
Nothing much.
I know.
She
She
Yeah,
always-
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we was at both plays. You sure you don't look like you had fun? I was like, all right.
That was all right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
See you next week, bro.
so
Right, yeah,
all right, for you two, so y'all are like a really fun couple, and I can like feel it. So
Thank you.
throughout time, so you guys had those hard times. How did you guys like keep the fun within your relationship, your marriage, to like get to like where you're at now that you've transitioned from? Y'all moved from Arizona, right?
Yep.
Okay, so from Arizona now to Atlanta.
Yeah.
What was that?
Well, I guess so even before Arizona to Atlanta, we met in Cleveland, Ohio. We moved from Cleveland, Ohio to North Carolina. We had moved from North Carolina to Florida. We moved from Florida
Y'all been
to
everywhere.
Yeah.
Arizona, then Arizona to Atlanta. Next is Canada. Putting it out there. It's like I don't know. I want
It's
to.
too cold. You don't like
It's too
the
cold, but
Like,
I just want to go there because their zip codes are interesting. Yeah, I
they
like
have
it.
letters in
They
there.
have letters.
She's fascinated by the little things.
I love that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she's like, yeah, like they have letters in their zip code.
So let's
Like,
go, right?
For me, that's just extra confusion because I drive everywhere, so I'm just like, bro, how am I supposed to know the zip code? They got letters in it, so
Sis, my man wearing shorts right now. Everybody got pants on. He is not prepared for this.
No, he does not want to
He's
go
not
Right.
prepared for this.
y'all gotta send a text for their wardrobe. You know what I mean? Like,
Got you next
right?
time.
I'm like, bro, my knees out. I'm cold. No, I'm
He's
good.
not ashy, y'all. So
Yeah, exactly. I put on some cocoa butter, but you know.
But yeah, how do you get the fun?
I think because our personalities, we try to keep the youthful in our relationship, and sometimes the times that we really have the best time is honestly when we're bored. Sometimes because we've been bored. Like when you build businesses and stuff, it gets lonely. Your investments take up half your money, so our leisure money is like a little bit. So
Yeah.
we don't really go on dates and do all the extravagant stuff as much. You know, every now and then we'll plan like a big trip, but honestly, I think our personalities, I think to be honest, like our companionship, we're just a lot alike. So
Yeah.
since we're a lot alike, we literally do almost everything together. We poop
Yeah.
together, we shower
No, we
together,
don't.
brush our teeth.
Stop it.
I was like,
Stop
how
it.
does that work?
Stop it.
You
I'm
got
gonna nip
two
that in the bud
toilets?
right now.
Put me
That
on.
sounds messy. I'm good. I don't want no problems with that.
Together.
Look, but we'll be in the bathroom together, like you know what I mean.
Yeah,
We
I
be chilling,
know,
but
but
she did
that's
like
okay, that's probably what she
But-
meant. Okay, I was like,
I
all
know
right.
Ethan had a squatty potty and like she
Why
was
do
on
I
the
gotta
girl
get the squatty potty though?
Because
Like,
why would she be on the squatty potty if y'all
She's
had two
shorter.
No,
Come on
she's
now.
gonna be on the real toilet.
Come
Stop.
on.
I struggle with a real toilet. I hate toilets.
She'll be on the real toilet.
I feel you. You know
Oh
what?
my
Because you're
gosh.
right. She
I prop my
deserves.
legs up on your
Yeah.
toilet.
Right, exactly. She deserves the toilet. I get the squatty potty.
What is happening right now?
I don't know.
I'm just looking at America like, what is going on?
Right.
And they were looking at me like, Greg just looks all confused. Right. Like,
Right.
what are we talking about?
But because I'm naturally that person, like this is my personality all the time.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think that kind of helps. You know what I mean? We do offset each other, but we both like to talk. So we really we're honestly our companion level. I think because we really just that part is like 90%. It's like that. It just does it for us. I think when you just know you find somebody and y'all just get along. Because if y'all can be bored together, like the whole pandemic, there was people that were like, I don't like my spouse.
Divorce rates.
Yeah.
Divorce rates went.
I'm like,
High.
we
Skyrocketed.
spent this much time
Yeah.
before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
we
moved
were-
in
yeah.
together in the pandemic.
Yeah.
Best thing in my life.
That
Right.
was
See? So how was that?
that was a horrible,
and she's
horrible.
over
Yeah,
here
two
like-
numbers.
Because
I'll let him go first.
It was only because we had just did this whole we only see each other on the weekends thing because she lived 40 minutes away. So I would get off work and I would drive there. 40 minutes GPS time. I speed, so it took me like
Same.
31 minutes,
Yeah.
literally on the dot.
I was skating on the way here.
See,
Right.
see,
Yeah.
speed.
Okay, let's be careful.
So, anyways, so I would
Don't
always
do that at
come
home,
over on
guys.
I would always go there on the weekends, and it turned from that to like, all right, cool. I'm about to start seeing about becoming a fireman. You're about to get ready to do residency and stuff like that. You're about to get done with school, so your stuff is in Houston. I'm like, come to Houston. I'm gonna get
Right.
I was still living with my parents at the time because my dad was like, look, I'm stay here. Like, don't go out there yet until you know what you want to do. Stay here. So I'm fortunate to have my mom and dad be like, do that. So I stayed, and then I was like, just move in with me. We moved in together. First week, the pandemic had just happened. Like, I'm talking about, I was getting the couch. I was getting everything. My family was helping me move. The day that we were moving in, it was raining that day. They said coronavirus is growing. Literally that day.
And I think they just shut down.
They just shut down. It was when those people on the cruise were trapped. That had just happened that one day. So she had came from her mission trip in Mexico. It got cut short. And I was like, this is fine. This is fine. Everything is great. This is perfect. You know, I'm still working.
Right.
I still get to go to work. I was like, cool. Right. Everything's fine. So then, like, 3 weeks later, she's like happy. I'm walking through the door. I'm tired. And I'm just like, all right, cool. Then it just turned to that to like, I walked in the house one day. I didn't say nothing. She walked in the door. How was the day? God dang, just give me a second. God, just let me put my bag down.
Yeah.
Because I was so tired of seeing her so happy.
Yeah. It's like, bro.
She was like, you're home. Oh my God. Because, okay, to my defense, I was literally sitting at home during that time because I couldn't go to school. I couldn't be in clinic. So I was just doing nothing. It was kind of like a pause on everything. And I would just be sitting there just like, okay, I can't wait till he gets home, counting out the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to cook and I'm going to do all these great things, you know, trying to like play wife or whatever. And so when he would walk into the door, I literally be like clockwork time. Like, okay, it is now 3:30. It takes him like 5 minutes to get home from
I literally live down the street from my job.
And I would just be so excited. So my perspective that time was just like, wow, we grew so much together. It was so good.
That was
like,
awesome.
wow, we made it through that when people were divorcing. Look at that.
I just had to like,
he's just
take
not
5
his perspective at all.
I just had to like suit down 16 times, take 16 people to have COVID up and down the building. I'm tired. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
My break was like maybe 20 minutes. I'm like, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk.
No.
She wants to talk.
Well, you
She wants
dinner
to
stuff,
talk.
right?
That was the thing.
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
Like, I
So
would
y'all could talk over dinner. She made you dinner.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
I was gonna say what I did learn from that. So being that at that time is just that first we just should have communicated better because
That was the thing.
I think that you should have told me that when you got home you needed like maybe 30 minutes or an hour for me to just shut.
Because I was trying to be nice. I was like, I don't want to ruin this for her.
Yeah,
Right.
but I
As
would have
mad as
appreciated that more because you know
Yeah.
I'm a straightforward, blunt person.
Yeah, you
just
are.
tell me what it is, because I'm gonna tell you what it is, and I'm gonna say it. Don't talk to me right now, and like not. But I know you're not that person, so it's just that I think that a lot of what you felt could have been, you know, I shifted if you just would have communicated.
So there was like
I was fine to be quiet.
There's like 3 things going around. At the first part of it, when I wanted to come in the house, it was just like, okay, just give me like a few minutes. And turn from like weeks later to when I come in the house, I want to be in darkness. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. I just want all the lights off and the windows closed. But it was also because I was still stuck in my job. I wanted a new career. It was so many things going through my head. Then it's like I'm stuck
and you
in.
were like paying all the bills.
I was
by yourself
so I was like I'm
I was in
stuck.
school, so
It's a lot going on. So
lots of
it was
stress.
so much piled on top of everything. So it wasn't just her. It was my own mental status. And then I hate to say it, but TikTok saved us.
Yeah,
TikTok say because we started making TikToks. I was like, well, can't go to work. Can't go to work today. They gave my shift away.
Yeah.
What you want to do? Make a TikTok? Cool.
I never
And it
thought
turned
about
into me
that.
becoming a director, and she was mad because I was waking up. Hey, it's 12 o'clock midnight.
Gotta
we
get that
we got a
TikTok
video
done.
to make,
Yeah.
bro. And it wasn't like TikToks like trends. It was like, all right, quiet on set. I need you to take the toilet paper, throw the toilet paper across the room, and like, I need you to say this
Literally.
line. If
Right.
you don't say this line, we're
Yeah.
destroying the whole video, starting all the way over. And it like saved everything because it was like my child like mentality came back. It was like I can finally have fun with my wife, my future wife now. I can just do all these things. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it
no,
is.
TikTok definitely did save.
I was
And
becoming a grown
then,
man. I hated that.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
And then as well with that, it's just like that's kind of like how we end up here because then that's when you got to really like get your actor and acting bug out there, and then my creative side, and then you're like, oh, I really want to act. I want to be an actor. And let's
Then we
go to
did the
Atlanta.
podcast. We got the vent.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
start the podcast.
got to
so
like
Yeah.
talk smack.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's when I was like cursing every
we
word.
turn it around.
Yeah. So I actually learned
Because you
something
kept the
about that.
youthfulness. You gotta
Yeah.
keep the youthfulness.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
actually learned something about that, of why that happened. Because there's times where like I'm the same way. Where like if I'm having a hard day, so guys have what is called it's called a transition period in their thoughts. Because guys, so I'm mashing together a lot of things that like a lot of different scientists and PhD holders have said, right? But women women are a lot better at multitasking than men typically. Because their minds are typically like spaghetti noodles. So everything's interwoven together. So with guys, we isolate. Because she'll even see it. Like if even if it's something she wants me to do that I'm dreading the fact that I want to do
Like
it.
TikTok? You don't like TikTok.
I don't feel.
I used to love it.
It's growing on me because we've had some funny moments. So it's like,
TikTok is fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
That twice.
but like something that I had, like for example, like I would say so for example, we just moved into this apartment, so like we're designing everything. So like I'm doing all of the measurements for everything. She's like, hey, I want to like get this new set. And I'm like, bro, it's bigger than our living room. Like, so I'm like, I'm putting up tape and all types of stuff to have indicators and stuff. So like, but because I'm focused, I'm like, she'll come and try to talk to me about a billion different things. And I'm like, babe, just let me focus on this. So with you, because you've been focusing on that work all day, you come home and like you're all like excited, like, all right, he's home. Like, what are you gonna do? I think Kevin Hart said somebody. It was like, guess who's home? You're home. Right? Yeah, he's just like he's still in that mindset. Right, exactly.
And
So
it's kind of sad to say this because I'm actually the same way you are, but I feel like we're literally like dogs because when dogs come home, they're so happy to see you.
I'm so glad she said it.
And-
Not a I would have been canceled. It would have been over with.
That's what it sounds like
Yeah.
though, because they're like, hey, you know, they just want to play and
Yes.
just laugh, and that's
Literally.
what I'm literally like that. Like I'll actually come home and like, what's this thing I'll do? I'll be like, who's home? Or like,
Oh, yeah.
like, Opa.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
like,
Oh
Opa.
my God.
Yeah, that's our thing.
That's
I
so
do
cool.
that every time he comes
crazy.
home. Like he'll
Yeah.
come get a haircut and I'll be in the kitchen, Opa.
Yeah.
And sometimes if I hear the door, like him playing with the keys, I'll get in front of the door, which I stopped doing that because he carries sometimes. So I'm like, I don't want him to shoot me.
Don't say it like that.
So you never know, like
Ah,
y'all,
you better-
Right.
I didn't know that was you.
You're protected. You're on guard. You just never know. Crazy stuff go on.
It's
So
a lot of
I would
crazy
hate
stuff going
to
on,
be
bro.
get the
I'm licensed, by the
Shit
way.
into
Like
this
I'm
thing.
trained,
I'm
all of that
I'm
good
licensed
stuff.
too,
All right,
bro.
so we gotta go to the
Yeah.
range, bro. We gotta make it real.
See?
Wow. look at
Yes, you know what I'm saying?
You
Yeah.
started.
See, look.
It's all. It's all.
How was the
Right.
gun range, baby? It was all right.
It was alright. It was cool.
I know. You're not gonna tell me anything about
Yeah.
it.
Y'all ain't gonna know we had grenades and everything,
We was just
right?
sitting there just like, just shooting right.
They come home and we watch the news. I don't even watch the news.
Right. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
And
But
then
like,
honestly,
my
we try
gosh.
new things together. Like where we live now, we just started learning how to play tennis.
yeah.
So like we honestly do a lot together, and sometimes that can be overbearing. You have to learn your space with people, but we learn with tennis. so.
Yeah. Got it. All right. Yes. But okay, yeah. So I want to see there is a little game that we want to play. So to kind of wrap it up, do we have about how much? Oh yeah.
Oh,
2 minutes
that's
left.
pretty good.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. So I think 10 minutes.
Have
would
to do a
good
part
enough
2.
time.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely gotta do a
For
part two.
sure.
So before we get into like the game, I do want to ask 2 questions. So last week we were kind of talking about loving each other through the changes, and that's kind of what we just went over there.
Okay.
But let's say like if you guys like had to give like advice to anyone or so people that are out there like new couples or couples that are kind of in the rough right now and transitioning. What advice or tools would you like give to them to like help make it through the confusing times? Let's say if you had to give like your 2 bullet point advice.
Bullet point 1 would be understand that they're not perfect. Like I would say, like to like understand like the expectations that you have. Understand if your expectations are too high. Because she's an amazing wife. Like I would like even when people ask me for relationship advice, I'd be like, bro, honestly, I got lucky. Like we just became best friends and then
That's
we
fast.
gotta be
smash every
friends
day.
first.
So it's
That's
great.
facts.
Like yeah, we're best friends at Smash. It's amazing. Like so, it's
friends
like
first,
yeah.
understanding your partner.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
using that.
yeah, so we good. Like, you know what I mean? Everything's good. You know what I mean? Life is good.
And then try not to.
Yeah.
There's this thing that people will try to think like the other person. You cannot, because there's
Yeah.
times where I will literally think I know what he's thinking,
Yeah.
and I don't. I really don't. And there's times where I'm like, oh, you were thinking that? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, wow, I was way off.
Yeah.
So don't try to think like the person. Definitely communicate. Be friends first.
Be
and
honest. Even if it
and be
makes
honest,
your
100%
spouse
honest.
uncomfortable. I've had to be honest with her and be like, hey, look, you might not like this. At least it gives you the choice if you want to stay with me or leave me. But like, you know, this is who I am as a person, or this is, you know, how I feel about a situation. So we always leave a platform like to be honest with each other and be transparent, because you hear a lot about like. Surprisingly, like, I don't know. This is negative stereotype against marriage. Like when you see it in movies and stuff. Like we were watching some movie yesterday, and like it just seemed like it's like I understood. It was funny because I understood a lot of like the marriage jokes, but just like I don't know, just it can be fun if you make it. Like,
Yes,
you know,
definitely. Yeah,
So,
I totally agree with all of that. And so, do you have your phone?
Oh, yes, I do have my
Okay,
phone.
so what we're gonna do is play a game. So it's kind of like a thing that we do to definitely like stay connected, because you know as time goes on, you know I always think about like I am dating and I'm married to a new person like every single day, every week, every month, every year. They're always evolving and changing, and so their perspectives are gonna change. So we always do this thing where we ask each other questions and see that if I answer the question for you, am I gonna get it right? As far as what your perspective is. So
I like that.
it's called Connect Together. Together,
Let's get it.
TWOGTHER. And so
it's
we're
a
going
very
to
long
put a timer.
abbreviation, but I'm rocking with it though. You know?
So we're going to put a timer on. Let's do 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Minute and 30, okay.
So first, I'm going to ask one of you guys a question. So the question I ask you, you're going to be answering his perspective.
Okay.
If she gets it right, you say it's correct. If it's wrong, you say like why it's wrong and what your answer would have been.
Gotcha.
Okay?
We doing it. Let's do it.
All right. So ready? Mm-hmm. All right. So what would a day of spoiling him look like?
Oh my gosh. Spoiling him would be. I'm gonna try to keep it PG. You wake
It's
him.
fine. We all adults.
Okay, you wake him up with head,
Yes, of
Yes,
course.
Lord.
then breakfast.
Yes, Lord.
Then from there, honestly, you go to the gun range, you go to motorcycle tracks,
I race
and
motorcycle, absolutely.
go to car dealerships. Just wear comfortable shoes because we're gonna be doing a lot of walking.
Yeah.
And just walking.
I'm a car guy.
Walking. We're gonna walk everywhere. That's it.
All right. Was she right? Wrong.
Yeah, she's spot on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking for.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm starting a rental fleet too. So like, that's why she said that, because I'm like, yo, we gotta go to the car dealership this weekend. Cause she's like,
Nice.
bro, I'm dreading it, but I'm like, I can't wait. Like, you know. So,
You're like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
All right. So what do you think she would like to do more often with you?
That's a good question.
I know that's a really good question. She would like a lot more massages. She likes to be massaged. She's a very intimate person. So like, yeah, that traveling more. She would like to travel more, do different things. Cause like since we moved here, like we've been like really buckling down. So we haven't been like going out to clubs and bars and stuff like that. So like, but she still loves to have fun. So she's doing things where we spend quality time, where we can laugh. She's playful. She's very playful, and I love that about her. So yeah, things where she could just be free and playful.
That's correct.
Correct. Okay. Good. All right. Okay. All right. So rate his driving skills on a scale of 1 to 10. 10's the best. 1 is trash.
You
11.
already know. You already know.
It's funny you ask these questions.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Time.
Yeah, it's time.
Oh man. Okay. Wait. I gotta give you one more. So
All right, for sure.
let's see. What will she get fired for?
Entrepreneurship. Because at this time her business is flourishing, and she's like, you are wasting my time, or you disrespect me. We will not take disrespect from any job that we have.
Yeah.
So
So
I would
yeah.
say, yeah,
that.
she will put her job on a back burner for her business in a heartbeat.
Nice.
I ain't
Okay.
mad at that.
Yeah.
Well, I love that. Good
For
job,
sure.
guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We do know each other.
And ballet.
Yep.
You got it.
Exactly.
All right, so tell everybody where they can find you on Instagram,
Yep.
what your business is, how can they support you, all that good stuff.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, you can find me at Kaydon Belle on Instagram and TikTok, and our podcast is Our Minds Lifestyle, where we interact with our viewers on there, and we do have some merch in my book that's coming out. So the website will be on the Our Minds Lifestyle podcast.
Yeah, for me, you can follow me on Ethan Belle on Instagram. I have a link tree there, so it'll just take you to, like, we do music, sound engineering. If you want beats, hit me up, production, all of that good stuff. anywhere you need me, hit me up. If I don't know how to do it, I can find somebody that do.
Nice.
So,
yeah. And so you can send us all those links. We can put it in the show notes too.
For sure.
So they can
Yes.
Absolutely.
all get there.
Definitely.
But thanks once again for tuning in with us. So you can always find me on IG at Dr. Megan Harris.
You can find me on IG at Greg K. Harris Jr.
And be sure that you're following Get It Together on Instagram, TikTok, and also YouTube as well. So until next time, guys, remember, get it together. Bye.
All right, now.
Woo! That was
Yo, that was